Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Friday the 6th of December. An out-of-control scrub fire in the Southern Alps near Canterbury's Lake Pearson has almost doubled again in size. 9 helicopters and 3 fixed-wing aircraft are battling the blaze, which now spans 980 hectares. Jamie Cunningham reports.
Incident Commander Brian Kewen says the aircraft are using retardants to suppress the fire as crews work with heavy machinery on the ground. All but 11 homes self-evacuated at Castle Hill Village yesterday, and a community meeting's being held for affected people in Springfield at 1 p.m. Fire and Emergency continues to assess when it's safe to reopen State Highway 73 between Springfield and Arthurs Pass.
A Dunedin chicken farm has tested negative for bird flu, and MPI suspects that deaths in its birds are due to an existing disease in New Zealand. In Otago, 80,000 birds are being killed at a Moiraki egg farm managed by Mainland Poultry that tested positive for avian flu last weekend. MPI Deputy Director General Stuart Anderson says testing is continuing at both properties. There have been no sign of illness at Mainland Poultry's other farms in the area. New Zealand's Defence and Foreign Ministers Judith Collins and Winston Peters are meeting their Australian counterparts in Auckland with the AUKUS Security Pact likely high on the agenda. The talks with Richard Marles and Penny Wong are a follow-up to a meeting in Melbourne in February. Newstalk ZB's Claudia O'Neill is with them.
Today's discussions will likely focus on the growing geopolitical instability in the Asia-Pacific and further afield. Collins will also sit down directly with Marles and Peters with Wong to discuss defence and foreign affairs respectively.
The threat of a tsunami has passed from a 7-magnitude earthquake off California's coast. Its epicentre was about 80 kilometres offshore. Aftershocks continue and about 10,000 people have been left without power. CNN's Chad Myers says fears that the shake could have been on a subduction zone area didn't eventuate.
These zones went back and forth rather than up and down. So that's why we didn't get the big wave that was possible.
Calls from the Prime Minister to rethink our attitude to foreign investment. An OECD report found New Zealand's economic momentum remains weak despite falling interest rates. It's projecting 1.4% growth next year and 2.1% the following year. Chris Luxon says we have low productivity and a thin pool of capital.
We've done a very poor job of attracting foreign investment. The mentality has been, welcome to New Zealand, but it's a privilege for you to invest here, versus we should be saying thank you for bringing your money here.
The Police Minister is downplaying concerns the government won't meet its promise of having 500 more cops by the end of next year. New Commissioner Richard Chambers has indicated to ensure quality training, June 2026 is more likely. But Minister Mark Mitchell says everyone is on track to meet the target. To sport. 11 former New Zealand international cricketers have been inducted into the national body's inaugural Hall of Fame. Our leading Test wicket-taker, Sir Richard Hadley, is among the inaugural inductees. Harry Plummer felt he was too far down the pecking order of All Blacks' first fives to stick around in the hopes of adding to his one Test. He signed with Clermont. And Auckland City FC have been drawn to meet German giants Bayern Munich, Argentine side Boca Juniors and Portuguese outfit Benfica for June's FIFA Club World Cup. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.